Welcome, Laker Nation. This is your boy Ozzy coming to you again with another video here on the channel. If this is the first time you've been here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button. That way you guys get notified every single time that I will drop a video here on Lakers Chat. So guys, really quick, I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about last night's game. The Lakers win 90-83. A lot of people on Twitter were actually talking about this was a very good defensive game or just a defensive game overall. But to be honest with you, this was actually more of a sloppy game than a defensive game. I just saw a lot of sloppy ball. It just seems like too many people ate too much turkey on Thanksgiving and they were just playing on laziness. To tell you how sloppy this was, we're looking at, for the Jazz, they had 19 turnovers and the Lakers had 23 turnovers. So what does that mean? Overall, there was about 42 turnovers in this game. I mean, it was huge. And the leader of the turnovers for the Lakers, gonna be honest with you, it was actually Brandon Ingram, and then LeBron James behind him. Brandon Ingram had 6, LeBron James had 5, Lonzo Ball had 4, and the rest of the team had about a 3 and 1 and 2. So it was definitely mixed around, but it seems like the people who were handling the ball the most were actually turning over the ball. Now, turnovers, the way I rate them, right, is not by the numbers, it's how you turn them over. And what I've seen a lot, not just in this game, but in previous games, is the fact that, listen, I know you Laker fans are very, very high on Brandon Ingram. He's only 21 years old, you guys say. You know, he hasn't had enough time in the league, you guys say, which, you know, we're going to get into that. He has a lot of potential to grow. I'm going to tell you something. The turnovers that I see that Brandon Ingram commits, it's not because he's passing the ball. Majority of the time he's doing these turnovers, it's because he's trying to create an ISO ball and he's trying to do either a crossover, which I'm not gonna lie, his crossover last night was very effective, but he's either trying to do a crossover, post somebody up, and next you know, either gets trapped in the corner or either he just really, you know, he can't get by his defender and turns over the ball, or he tries to force over a shot. And that's what I see with Brandon Ingram. I understand last night he scored 24 points. Yeah, he was plus 10 on the floor. He was 6 for 10. Yeah, he hit 2 of 3 of his threes. He was 8 for 14 in the field goal percentage. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. Last night, Brandon Ingram is interesting because Brandon Ingram, he has one of these nights, but then the next 5 nights, he doesn't have this consistency. Last night, I liked how he played. He played aggressive. He attacked the basket. He created his shots. One thing I just have with Brandon Ingram is that I wish he could develop more of a mid-range in the 3-point shot. Maybe not so much 3-point, just create your mid-range. 3 points can come later, but if he creates his mid-range and he's able to attack by that, not only would that open the hole for him a lot more, but also now defenders have to worry about that 15 to 17 foot shot. Something like Kevin Garnett had. That's something that Brandon Ingram needs to develop and be more consistent with, because that's just going to open the door for him, and then we can see the potential. My issue with Brandon Ingram is that when he came into the league as a rookie, remember, this is his 3rd year. He's not a rookie. You guys keep talking about Brandon Ingram like he's a rookie, but he's not. And Brandon Ingram, when he came into the league, he was at least playing 20 minutes, maybe 20 plus minutes per game. That's when he pretty much averaged about 5 points, maybe even 10. Last year, he had a starter's role. He played lights out last year. He had a high assist rate. He had a high rebound rate. He even, his points per game were at least 16 to 17 points per game last season. But my issue is coming into this year is that now you have a superstar that creates open shots, in which Brandon Ingram has open shots, and he doesn't make them. And I understand maybe in the beginning of this season, it was just, too much overwhelming. Maybe he's settling in now. I'm gonna give a fair assessment of Brandon Ingram. If I was to give him a grade today he'll be a C+. That's where I would grade Brandon Ingram today. Hopefully, the next 10 games, we can see the potential that everybody sees in him. But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm more in the Max Kellerman level where you should trade him a year early before it's a year too late. And Brandon Ingram's stock is not as high as right now as it was in the summertime. So we have to see if this is really going to be panning out for him. Hopefully he does work out, because then that saves us money. That goes ahead and opens the door for maybe just getting one potential star instead of trying to trade for two. And what I mean trade for two is just in case if we don't get anybody in the free agency this year, we do have enough assets and cap space to trade for two superstars coming up. Or we could just continue waiting and playing the waiting game. Hopefully another star comes and joins LeBron James before he actually retires. Because remember, we have him for 4 years. We locked him in for 4 years, but doesn't mean that he's going to play in his prime for the next 4 years. In other words, LeBron James had, I don't want to say a great night, but he had a good night. What I liked about LeBron James is that at the last minute, the last quarter, matter of fact, I didn't mean the last minute, the last quarter, he really took initiative. He took control of the game. This is what the Lakers were looking for when they signed LeBron James. They didn't want a passive LeBron James in the fourth quarter. They wanted an aggressive LeBron James in the fourth quarter. And that's what LeBron James brought. He brought an aggressiveness where he made sure that the Jazz, even if they did come up trying to score, he played hard defensively. He created turnovers, and then also go and makes it a fast break, which, he let the Utah Jazz know that he's arrived. This ain't the Lakers from last year. This is a new and improved Lakers, and that's what I really enjoyed about LeBron James. And man, LeBron James he's hitting some Steph Curry shots, and I mean, he's doing it with confidence. I'm not gonna lie, I love it too. It feels like a missile. It just goes like it's amazing to see. I mean, I was on Twitter last night, and a lot of fans were just saying it's so great to see a great player in the purple and gold doing this to another team. We've been subject to the past maybe 5 to 6 years seeing other superstars doing this to us. Now that we're seeing it, it's phenomenal. Like I said, I enjoy watching LeBron James. I have become a LeBron James fan, obviously, because he is purple and gold. And I really feel that he can bring a championship to the Lakers if they're able to add one more piece. That's all we really need. Depending who we trade or who we sign, that's all we really need. We get one more piece. I think that legitimately makes us a contender for the title. And again, I think LeBron James can deliver. Lonzo Ball, man, I'm going to tell you something about this kid. This kid has been playing lights out. I know in my last video, I kind of got at him because in 2 games, he only scored 2 points. But I really feel that LeBron James probably had a great conversation with him and kind of, let him know, like, listen, you have greatness inside you. You are a great passer. You're a great defender. You're very quick up and down the floor. You have all the assets except for this up here. I truly believe LeBron James probably sat with him, maybe had dinner with him, invited him over at his house so he could feel comfortable, and just said, listen, I need you to attack the basket. I need you to go ahead and create shots for your teammates, but you can't just be passive because then defenders are not going to defend you. Even though this is probably the same message everyone in the Lakers staff, front office, Magic Johnson, everybody, but we all know how Lonzo Ball has LeBron James up here in this type of level, high and on his list. And I believe that conversation probably took place because we see Lonzo Ball attacking. We saw him attacking against the Cavs. He had 15 points against the Cavs, even though he didn't have such a great shooting night, but he was aggressive. That's all we want to see as Laker fans. We want to see Lonzo Ball alive. We do not want to see Lonzo Ball the past. We want to see Lonzo Ball of UCLA. I always said the only thing we need from Lonzo Ball is 10 to 15 points, 6 to 7 assists a night from him in order for us to win majority of the games. Last night, this is what he had: 9 points, 10 rebounds, And he only had 2 assists, but he obviously, you see that he was working the rebound. And also, he had 4 fouls by the beginning of the third quarter, so that also didn't help out. But we saw the ball movement. That is something that I really, truly enjoy when Lonzo Ball is on the floor. Honestly, I think the best player with LeBron James right now is not Kuzma, it's not Ingram, it's not even Clark. I think it's Lonzo Ball, because we're starting to see the awakening, the ascending of Lonzo Ball. And I believe we're just going to continue seeing greatness out of Lonzo Ball. Exactly what LeBron was saying before. Now, on top of that, I do want to talk about one subject before I end this video, is the fact that when LeBron James goes to the bench, and this is what frustrates me. I believe in the first quarter, when LeBron James went to the bench with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, the Lakers only scored 3 points. 3 points. And that's with Brandon Ingram managing the ball. More of the ball handling duties. This is what I mean. We're going to see. And remember, like I told you, Brandon Ingram is not a rookie. We can't treat him like a rookie. You're playing with the greatest player of all time. You cannot give him a pass. I don't care if he's 21 years old. We've seen Ben Simmons. He did not play the first year of his rookie year. He comes back the second year and dominates. Yes, he doesn't have a jumper, but he still dominated. That means that he was able to work out with professionals. He was able to sit with professionals, NBA scouts, NBA professionals, scout every team, and be able to take advantage of some of their weaknesses. I feel that I see the same Brandon Ingram from last year. I haven't seen this, and I thought, I'm going to be honest with you, I was very high on him because I really thought I saw the workouts he was doing. I was like, oh, he's working on his mid-range. He's working on his three-point shot. He's trying to fit into the LeBron James system, and I don't see that. I don't. And I understand you're playing in LA. You want to show off for the team. You also, when your contract comes up, you want to go ahead and make sure you get the most out of it, right? I don't blame you, but I just want to see a little bit more maturity from Brandon Ingram this year going forward for the next couple games. Listen, if he plays like this, I would like to see him tighten up more of the turnovers. Listen, I wouldn't mind it. I still don't believe he will be a number 2 guy, high at most number 3 guy, I believe, in his career. But I just don't want an Otto Porter Jr. situation where Otto Porter Jr. played great his contract year. Even the year before that, he played great, but he played even more phenomenal in his contract year. Remember, they were probably a game away from the, I believe, the Eastern Conference Finals. And Otto Porter Jr. definitely helped out that team that year. That's why everybody believed that the Washington Wizards had a big 3. No, I don't want to say big 3, but they had 3 solid NBA players that in the future can be some damage. And we see who Otto Porter Jr. is now. I'm not saying that Brandon Ingram is Otto Porter Jr., but I don't want that situation where the Lakers end up overpaying for Brandon Ingram, and then next he just literally falls. He crashes. So that's what I'm saying. And one thing I could definitely say about this Lakers team is, if we could tighten up the defense, or we could tighten up a little bit more of our shot selection, and not do those fancy passes. We don't need to do fancy passes. We just need to play basketball. If we're doing a blowout, okay, do the fancy passes, but let's play basketball. And I truly believe this team can do some damage. I'm telling you right now, I know the focus right now is probably on Portland, Golden State, even the Spurs, even OKC. I'm telling you right now, there's no team that wants to play us in a 7-game series. We're going to cause a lot of problems for teams, and I truly believe that we're really just one piece away from being a championship contender. So with that being said, guys, that's my take here on last night's game against the Jazz. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell, he sat out, I believe, in the second quarter with a rib injury, if I'm not mistaken, or just an injury. He did not return into the game. It could have been a whole lot different game if Mitchell would have been there. It was a very close game. It was a very sloppy game. I wouldn't say it was a defensive game, but more than enough. We actually won. We're 11-7. We're now in 7th place, if I'm not mistaken. Tonight, OKC plays Denver. So obviously, whoever loses there will actually slip and hopefully have the Lakers increase in the standings. So again, with that being said, I really truly appreciate you guys watching the videos. Again, I'm gonna put it in the info cards for you guys to catch up on the last couple videos that I've been placing out. I'm at least try to put up as many videos I can with the Lakers here. Like again, we're straight up Laker fanatics over here. So like I said, definitely truly appreciate you guys spending the time watching these videos. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, press a like here on the button. Also, make sure you guys comment. I want to know your take on what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I am correct. I just want to know exactly what you guys think. And trust me, I will respond. I would like to have this great conversation with you guys about the Lakers and what do you guys see that truly can improve our team. All right, guys, so with that being said, this is your boy Ozzy, and I'll check you guys out next time. All right, peace.